12 people wanted this house. Tessa wanted it the most, so Tessa got it. And in that exact moment, before she had signed anything, before anyone had done anything wrong, she had already lost 30,000 euros. But before I explain how, I want a number from you. Because you were one of the 12. Same house, same rules. One number, written once, and you never get to see what anyone else wrote. You get 2 sales to go on, both on that same street. Start with this one. 4 doors down from Tessa's. 145 square meters, an extension across the back, a kitchen put in last year. It sold 3 months ago for 400,000 euros. Now this one. End of the same road. 70 square meters. Damp down one wall, and the owners needed it gone, so it went to a developer in a hurry. 250,000. That was a year and a half ago. And this is the one you're bidding on. 95 square meters. Between the two, but closer to the small one. 3 bedrooms, good street, 10 minutes from the station. The roof needs replacing. The garden faces south. That is everything the 12 of them had. It's everything you have. So, what do you bid? Out loud, now, before I say another word. Because this only works if you actually commit to a number. Good. Remember it. These are the 12. 12 people, the same street, the same roof, the same folder of paperwork. 275,000 at the bottom, 330 at the top. 55,000 euros of disagreement about one single house. Tessa wrote 330. The next number down was 317. She won by 13,000 euros, which is close enough to feel like she judged it right, and far enough to feel like she won. That night there was champagne and a photo of a key. A year later, she needed to sell. No crash, no recession. Nothing happened to that street at all. The best offer she got was 300,000. The house had never been worth what she paid for it. And here is the part that should bother you. Nobody in this story made a mistake. Same 12 numbers. I haven't added anything. I haven't taken anything away. I've only put them in order. Now average them. 12 people, not one of whom knew what this house was worth. And the average of the 12 is 300,000. To the 1,000. Together, they knew exactly. The information was in the room the whole time. But an auction doesn't ask that question. An auction asks exactly one thing, and it isn't, what does the room think? It's, who wrote the biggest number? It doesn't want the crowd's answer. It wants the crowd's furthest edge. Every one of these numbers is the real value, plus an error. Some guessed high, some guessed low, and when you add them all up, the errors cancel out. That's why the average worked. But the winner isn't the average. The winner is the top, and you cannot reach the top by guessing low. The auction is a filter, and it only passes people who were wrong in one direction. And this is the part people get wrong. This isn't ego. It isn't overconfidence. It isn't bad maths. It isn't a bidder who fell in love with the kitchen. Replace all 12 of these people with statisticians. Perfectly rational, no bias, no feelings. The winner still overpays. The bias isn't in the people. The bias is in the winning. Here's what actually happened to Tessa the moment she won. She learned something. She learned that 11 people who saw the same house, the same roof, the same street, all thought it was worth less than she did. That is real information about the house. If she'd had it an hour earlier, she'd have written a smaller number. The auction gave it to her, about 4 seconds after it stopped being any use. So, your number. If it was under 317, you didn't get the house. And if it was over 317, you got the house, and you paid more than it was worth. To win this auction, you had to beat 317. The house was worth 300. There was no number you could have written that was both winning and right. And if you did the work, and the work took you to 300, you were the most accurate person in this entire video, and you went home with nothing. One more thing, and it's the one that should worry you. 12 people put the winner 30,000 over. So what happens with 100? Every extra person in the auction is one more chance that somebody is more wrong than you, in the only direction that wins. The more people want the thing, the worse the deal the winner gets. Which means the prizes worth fighting for are exactly the ones you should be most careful about winning. This has a name, and it got its name in a room full of people who were losing money without understanding why. 1971. 3 engineers at an oil company sit down to explain something embarrassing. For years, oil companies had been bidding for the right to drill in the Gulf of Mexico. Sealed bids, 1 number each. And nobody on Earth knows how much oil is actually down there. What the engineers found was this. The blocks the industry won kept earning less than the projections said they would. Not the bad blocks, the ones they won. So when does this happen to you? 3 things have to be true. 1. The thing has one real value, and it's the same for everybody. 2. Nobody knows what it is. 3. Whoever guesses highest gets it. When all 3 are true, this isn't a risk you can be careful about. It's arithmetic. And notice what is not on that list. If you want that house because your sister lives on that street, that value is yours. Nobody else has it, and outbidding everyone is just paying for the thing you want. The curse needs a value that's a fact. It was never about wanting things too much, which covers most of the expensive things. A company buying another company. Every acquisition is an auction, and the buyer who wins is the one who was most optimistic about a business whose real worth is a fact. A club signing a player. 11 clubs watched the same footage, one of them paid, and the one that paid is the one that most believed it. An investment everybody is scrambling to get into. You are not being rewarded for spotting it. You are being selected for being the most excited person in the queue. And it flips over. Because sometimes the lowest number wins. Put a job out to 5 builders. 5 quotes come back and you take the cheapest one. Who did you just hire? Not the cheapest builder. The builder who most underestimated how long the work takes. Which is why that job runs late, and why it runs over, and why a quote that comes in far below the other 4 isn't a bargain. It's a forecast. So what do you actually do about it? You cannot fix this by studying the house harder. Everybody studied the house. The fix is to bid against a different question. Not, what do I think this is worth? That question already failed. Instead, if I win this, then I am the most optimistic person in the room. So what is it worth in a world where that's true? Because the moment you win, that is true. Bid the number you'd still be happy with when you turn out to be the wrong one. And the more people are bidding against you, the more you take off, not less. Do that with Tessa's house, and you write something in the 280s. And you don't get the house. Somebody else does. That is not the plan going wrong. That is the plan. Bidding like this means losing auctions, and losing auctions is the entire product. The right number of bidding wars to win is small. So, your number. The one you said out loud, before any of this. The next time you win something that a lot of people wanted, don't ask whether you got lucky. Ask what the 11 people who stopped bidding could see.